Hello and welcome, Chiro Thought Leaders. Thank you for being here. This is episode number 40 of the Ask Dr. Zaino show, and we have a very special episode tonight. We have a guest, Carla, who is Dr. Zaino's just right-hand girl, if you will. She is amazing. I have got to do some training with her as well, be it at the the Zaino experience or the CA experience, or just even being in his office. And Carla is phenomenal. I know you guys probably feel like you know her because we've talked about her even on the Ask Dr. Zaino show. Dr. Zaino mentions her and references her all the time. If you are watching in live from chirothoughtleaders.com/ask-dr-zaino, then you'll notice there are some social media links right below the video. Please make sure you like those, tweet those, share those, pin those, all of that great stuff. And then as you scroll down that page, you'll notice there is a live chat. We have dozens of chiropractors already logged into that live chat. So if you log in there, you'll be able to ask your questions live. We already have some questions there. And I know Carla's going to do a training as we start off, and she's going to answer a lot of the questions I can see that are already there. So you guys will really appreciate that. And then we'll get to the questions, of course, at the end. So you want to turn off everything else, get a pen and paper, get ready to take some notes because I want to turn it over and introduce Carla. How are you, my friend?
Hi, I'm fine. How are y'all all doing tonight? I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to reach out to y'all. What I'm doing here is so easy. I mean, anybody can do this. It just takes the right type of mindset. And that's what I'm going to teach you tonight, because literally this is one of the best ways to grow a practice. You're going to be able to pull a practice up from 100 people to 2,500 people, and that should happen with your clinic within a year and a half. I mean, it is so simple.
Love it.
And I'm going to teach you everything that I know to be able to do that.
That's awesome. I'm excited. I'm actually sitting here with pen and paper ready, and I will probably have some questions too at the end for you, Carla. But what I'll let you do is to kind of get into some training and share with us what you will, and I will try to filter out some of the questions that you already answered during the training, and then bring up some of them that maybe we could touch on at the end of this.
Okay, perfect. I move really quick, and I'm going to give you a whole lot of information. You're going to get a tape of this. You're going to want to watch this tape with the rest of the practice so that everybody is on the same page, that y'all are all doing the same things consistently with not only your patients, but everybody else that's wanting to go, the guests that are wanting to go to the dinner.
Right on. So just to let everybody know that's listening and watching, I'll send out this replay as an email tomorrow, but you can always go back to chirothoughtleaders.com/ask-dr-zaino, and I'll leave this replay up over the next week until we come in for our next Ask Dr. Zaino show. It'll be up on this webpage, but I'll email that out to you tomorrow, so make sure that your staff can see this training as well.
Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about the dinner itself. The dinner is a party. And you need to think of it like that, because you're going to have more people come to a party than you are to an educational seminar. I mean, that's just a given. And you need to talk about it because it's a party. It's an awesome party. It's a phenomenal party. It's fantastic. You're going to have so much fun. This is the place to be on a Monday night. I know you're going to be hungry. I know you're not going to feel like cooking and cleaning up on a Monday night. You want to come to this. Bring as many people as you want. There's no limit on the seats, just no kids. You never limit how many people are coming to a dinner. I am always positive. I'm always asking the question is, how many more people are you going to bring to the dinner? Not if you're going to cancel, not if you're going to change, but how many more people are coming. I started doing this in 2008. I've literally talked to hundreds of thousands of people in that time period. Every month from 2008 to present, we've had between 1 to 4 dinners. And I'll give you a good example. With our dinners right now, within the last month, in December, smoking hot, we had 81 new patients walk in our clinic from our dinners. Wow. That's the kind of numbers that you're going to get if you follow what I'm telling you to do, because it works. It's all about the results.
It's awesome.
Okay. So you're looking for on your places. When you find a place, you need to find a place that's a date night place. That's super awesome, has fantastic food. It can be expensive because you want to have that atmosphere. You're looking for that date night place that's got a room that will hold 100 people because you're going to have 100 people at your dinners. You're going to need to have a room that can be closed off because you don't want any kind of distractions at all. Your doctor, the doctor at the clinic, is a rock star. You are the support staff. The doctor's going to arrive when the dinner starts, gives the presentation, and leaves. You want nobody interrupting him or her when she's speaking. So nobody goes in and fills a water glass, gets a wine glass. Nobody eats while the doctor speaks because you got the dishes clanking, people are spilling their water. There's just a lot of noise and a lot of distractions. You don't want happening in that event. So you need that room to be able to close off and have a staff member on the outside to make sure no one enters that room. No music in that room because that's a distraction. You want everybody's eyes focused on the person that's giving that presentation because it's going to blow them away health-wise. They've never heard the principles of chiropractic. They need the message, and this is what's going to save their life. It's going to transform their life. It's going to transform their lives and their family members' lives. So you need them all focused because you build up momentum in your presentation. You have one person get up and move around in that presentation, and you lose that momentum. So have that room closed off. You negotiate with that restaurant because you're going to call them, and you're going to say you're looking for that place that can work with you. You're going to book a whole year of Mondays. That gives you the power to say, I'm going to bring a minimum of 40 people in, 40 to 100 people on every dinner that I give. I'm looking for somebody that's going to be willing to work with me so that we can bring this business to you. You're going to have phenomenal results with your restaurant. You're going to increase your business. Our restaurants that we've used have won awards. Their staff go to Hawaii because of the business that we're bringing in on a Monday night. Monday nights are slow. The restaurant doesn't have that many patrons in there, and they want that business. You try to get into, call as many restaurants in your location and play them back and forth until you get your prices on your meal down. You don't open a menu, you select your menu items because you don't want a full menu. That's hard to control on the cost. You want the cost as low as you can possibly get it. I will give you an example. Right now we're using Gear de Sol. That's the Brazilian steakhouse here locally. They charge $60 a person. I have negotiated that down to $19.
Wow.
Okay. That's the kind of power and control you can have in your negotiations with them. They want your business. They absolutely want that business.
That is awesome.
You're going to find somebody that can work with you in your office who really likes talking to people. And you're looking for somebody that likes parties, can have conversations with people, and really enjoy it. If you've got somebody that doesn't like talking to people, they're absolutely going to be miserable in their job. Your dinners are going to suffer as a result. You got to have somebody that likes that conversation. With me, what I do is I get my big comfy chair in my office. I get a glass of water and I sit back every day and I make between 2 to 4 hours of phone calls every day. And what I'm doing when I'm making these phone calls is I'm mining in these phone calls. I'm looking for that one person who's in the phone book right now or crying to their spouse that they are absolutely tired of living this life, that they got to find a solution, they got to find an answer, that they can't go on like this. And they're in the phone book. They literally are in the phone book looking for somebody that can provide them some relief. I'm the person calling to invite them to an awesome and phenomenal dinner that's going to give them the answers that they need. I'm looking for that because that's why you keep going forward, because you change that individual's life in such a way it gives them their life back. And that is so inspiring. That is so rewarding. You do it day in, day out. You're looking for that one person. And I can tell you, every single dinner, I have one person that this changes their life. On our last dinner list last Monday, we had somebody that came who is a professional golfer, and that's his career. And he can't golf anymore because of the pain and suffering that he's suffering right now. He can't even pick up a club. His whole life was dedicated to golfing, and now he can't even pursue his passion. So how grateful is that individual to hear Dr. Zaino do his dinner presentation and tell him that your life's not over, that you still have a life, and there is an answer. That's the reason, that's the rewards of this dinner. It just will blow you away at how much positive response you're going to get. So with your dinners, the way you get the names and the way you get your contacts on this dinner is you've got to do your day 3. And that's got to be a very successful day 3. You need to have them, all of your patients should be inviting somebody they know to the dinner. And how you do that is, you tell them, how were you when you came in this clinic? Now, for the existing patients, how were you when you came in this clinic? Now, I remember you suffered tremendously, and you're a totally different person now. The light is back in your life, is back in your eyes. I can see this. You're moving quicker. You're doing all of these things. You're doing absolutely phenomenal. How'd you hear about us? Sally told you about us. Well, one of the ways that we get this message, this chiropractic message, out to every single person out there, you've got people that you know in your life that know nothing about that, and they're sitting there and they're silently suffering every single day because they don't tell you everything. They need this message to be able to know that they're totally in control of their health. The drugs and the surgeries absolutely does not work. I mean, the sickest people we all know are the people that taken the most medications, they're doing the most surgeries, and you know what? They're still the sickest people we know. That's not the answer. They need to hear the message. They need to come to the dinner. Who have you been talking to right now in your day-to-day activities? Who have you been talking to about chiropractic care, patient? And they'll tell you, well, I've been telling so-and-so and so-and-so, and they're so busy, they ain't going to come. And I'm like, let me ask you this. You keep telling them the message of chiropractic care, and they keep not listening to you. How frustrated are you that you keep telling them that you know the answer to their problems, and they ain't listening to a single thing you're saying? And that patient's response to you is going to be, I'm extremely frustrated. It's hard to watch them decline, and here I have the solution to all of their problems. And I say, I completely, totally understand that. That happens in my life as well. The people that I care the most about will not listen to me. And it's frustrating, so frustrating to watch them suffer when I know that they could be better. One of the best ways that I've found is, I'm not Dr. Zaino, and I cannot share this message like Dr. Zaino can. He's absolutely brilliant with his presentation. People understand his presentation in ways that I cannot share that chiropractic message. He is actually doing a dinner on the 19th of December. It's going to be an hour long. We're paying for the entire dinner. What I want you to do, Mr. Patient, is I want you to get in touch with those people that you've been telling and let them know a party planner is going to call and invite them to the dinner. They're going to have a phenomenal evening, and they're going to say thank you for giving them the invitation, because it is going to change the way they view and manage their own health. That's absolutely 100% positive fact. That patient will go back to whoever it is. You get the names and the numbers before you finish your conversation. You give them 2 days, 24 to 48 hours only, and you're going to call that individual and you're going to invite them to dinner. For all of your new patients, you need to be doing the day 3. And what I have found with docs in clinics is the best way to learn how to do these dinners. You can get pieces of it, pieces of the dinner and how to do the dinner here and there, but the vehicle that drives this engine is the dynamic dinner. If you have not got that, you need that. I'm telling you right now, you need to go to dynamicdinner.com and pick that up today. It's got every step you need. It's got every form you need. It's got the day 3. It's got my videos. It's got everything in it that you need. We have doctors that are playing the video from the dynamic dinner right now in their own dinners. They open it and they close it, but they play Dr. Zaino's video. And you know they're coming back, and they've got 36 new patients coming in from a video. Blow you away.
Yep, that's awesome.
So with the day 3, you get all these names. We give them 2 days to call. We want the patient to call, and you need to let the patient know we're going to have the party planner, that's me, call and invite them to an awesome party. I want you to call them and let them know that she's going to call and give them all the details. So in 2 days, this is what I do. I get comfortable in my chair, call around noon. I found the best time to call is between 11 to 1 o'clock. People answer the phones. They also answer the phones between the hours of 3 to 4 o'clock. And then they will pick their phones back up on the hours of 5 to 6 o'clock. They're eating lunch, they're getting off school, and they're driving other 3 times. Once they hit the house, they're not answering. If they're at work, they're not answering. If they're in school, they're not answering. Those are the key times when I reach the most people. The weekends are also a phenomenal thing. I've called on Saturdays and everybody's picking their phone up, but I'm using that same scenario on those hours. Okay. So this is my phone call when I'm calling somebody. Hi, this is Carla with Dr. Zaino's office. Shannon gave me your number and wanted me to invite you to an absolutely fantastic dinner we're going to have at Guerra do Sul Brazilian Steakhouse on December 19th. You're going to have a fantastic time. I mean, this is a really nice dinner. You can bring anybody you want with you to the party. There's no limit on the seats you can have. The only thing I'm telling people is find sitters for kids, just because I don't want a baby crying next to you. I honestly want you to enjoy yourself. It's a really nice evening. Dr. Zaino is going to come in and he's going to give a 20-minute presentation. He's going to talk about really what the definition of health is and how we're the ones that are in control of our own health. And there's nobody out there that cares about your health like you do. And you need to be in control of it for that very reason. He's going to talk for 20 minutes. You're going to learn just absolutely amazing things. He's fantastic. He's engaging, interactive, and he can really just have a wonderful presentation. You're going to learn a lot from him. As soon as he's done, they're going to bring the food in. The whole dinner is going to be an hour long. How many seats would you like? 2? Okay, perfect. Now let me know if you end up needing any extra seats. If you got anybody else that wants to go, call me and tell me. Here's my phone number. I'm about to send you an email that's going to give you all the details about the party. It's got the address, my phone number, everything is in that. You can respond on that. You can text me. You can call me. Lots of ways to let me know if you do need the extra seats. It is so nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to meeting you on dinner. Please arrive at the dinner at 6:30 p.m. When you walk in the door, you're going to see me standing there. You have just an awesome day. I'm looking forward to speaking to you. Okay, so in that phone call, I've done a couple of things, and I did them on purpose. My tone goes up. My twang goes up. I'm relating to people. I'm talking to them like they're my family. You know, my twang comes out when I'm talking to my family. I'm having fun. You need to too. You need to engage with them. You've only got about 5 seconds to really engage and get them listening to you. If you sound like a robot or you're monotone, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to hang up on you. They're not going to pay attention. So you got to make it personal. You got to make it real. That's the way I do that. 20 minutes is how long he's going to talk. And that's not true. He's going to talk 45 minutes to an hour. You cannot tell them that he's going to talk 45 minutes to an hour because they're not going to come. Again, it reverts back to it's a timeshare, it's a sales presentation, it's a learning seminar. All of those things sound like a drag, and nobody's going to want to come to it. They're going to come to a party. It's a 20-minute presentation. You got 20 minutes in your life. I know you don't feel like cooking on that night. Come on out and have a great time with us. It's a phenomenal restaurant, and I'm promoting the restaurant. I'm talking that they cook the food for 15 hours. I mean, it is awesome. It's amazing. I'm using my adjectives. Adjectives are what creates the party atmosphere. The more adjectives I use, the greater the excitement I'm building up in that phone call. So you have an absolutely phenomenal turnout because you've engaged them. Anybody speaks to me about a disease on the phone, and they got cancer, they got heart disease, they got diabetes, I'm telling them, and even if they're perfectly healthy and they're doing all of the great things that they need to be doing, then you know what? You're going to learn a ton from Dr. Zaino. This is going to be right up your alley. I know for a fact you're going to enjoy this. How many seats do you need? I don't pause and I don't ask yes/no questions, because if you ask them, are you going to go? 99% of the time with a yes/no question, they're going to tell you no every time. You ask them open-ended questions and you do it smoothly. You finish a sentence and you immediately ask how many seats, because they're still engaged and active. They're thinking about a party. When we do the dinners, I am the person that makes all the phone calls. And I will have 200 to 300 people in a week that have told me they're going to go to a dinner. I know for a fact half of those are going to confirm with me on a Friday. That's when I do my confirmation calls. By Monday, you will have between half to 75% confirming for the dinner of that. I'm adding seats always. If I have 500 people that have told me they're coming to a dinner, that's fantastic. There's no limit. I'm going to bring as many people as I can to that restaurant because I know I can pull some seats in while he's doing his presentation. If I've maxed it out to capacity, it's standing room only. He's going to do his presentation. When he's done, those people leave that room and they go find seats in the restaurant. The restaurant and I have worked out an arrangement that even if I have 125, 130 people show up, my room holds 100, they're going to feed them. There's no limit. Don't limit how many people you can bring to a dinner. Never think of it like that, because you're making a massive impact in their life. It's the information that they need. That's the reason they're coming to the dinner in the first place. They want to know this. They're willing to sit and listen and learn and take action, because that's what this is. So when I get to my dinner, let me stop and do the confirmation call. Confirmation call, super easy. I'm calling everybody on a Friday, even if I have gotten a text, if I have gotten an email from them, I call them anyway, because I want to engage with them once more and say, this is Carla with Dr. Zaino's office. I am calling to remind you of an absolutely fantastic dinner on Monday at Gear to Soul. Dinner's going to start at 7. I want you to arrive at 6:30. You'll see me when you walk in the door. I need to make sure I've got enough seats for you. I want to make sure if anyone else wants to join you, I want to go ahead and get those seats for you. I do have to pay for those seats in advance. So I just need to know if you need any extra seats. As a reminder, I'm telling everybody to find sitters for the kids. I don't want a baby crying next to anyone. I really and honestly want you to have a phenomenal time. That's my message that I'm leaving on a voicemail. And that's going to be the, when I'm talking to them as well. That's what I'm going to say to them. So they'll call me back. They'll add seats. They'll confirm with me. I tell them to call me over the weekend, to call me on Monday. I'm willing to add seats to it. When I go to the dinner, I arrive at the restaurant at 6. I'm an hour ahead because I can make everything smooth. I believe everything should be in place. Everything, if there's any kind of issues, I take care of it. Doc doesn't need to do any of that. That's my role. I own this. This is my job. That's my position. This is what I do. So 6 o'clock, I'll arrive. I bring a spine. I bring a poster. And
all right, that's my boys.
I bring paperwork with me. I have a schedule sheet, and that's got 48 hours of schedule. That's got Tuesday and Wednesday on that date. We don't put anything else on that schedule sheet because if you book anybody like 72 hours from a dinner, life is happening. People are going to forget. They're not going to find it important. We don't book anyone past 1 week because there's a 90% no-show rate. Every single person at the dinner pays because if they don't pay, there's no commitment and they're not going to show up. So your cancellation rates are going to be higher if you don't actually have them pay. I set the schedule sheet down on one side, and there's a health survey. That health survey has symptoms they've had in the last 6 months. I tell everybody that walks in the door to sign in on my sign-in sheet where I'm getting their name, their phone number, their referral source, and their email. So we add them to our newsletter, have them sit down, fill the health survey out, and enjoy themselves. And have a lifeline sheet. A lifeline sheet, what that is, this is brilliant. You do this every presentation you have. It is a short sheet of, name, phone number, email address, so that you can call all of the people that are coming to your dinner, their friends and family, and invite them to their own dinner. So you actually double up on how many names you're going to get. You have after dinner, after dinner, after dinner, and having all these patients come in, you're going to have so many names. It's going to be easy to make the 4 hours of phone calls. You never turn away getting those names. That's key. So I got everything situated. Everybody's sitting down. 15 minutes prior to the doc arriving, I'm walking in the room. And I'm telling them, hi, this is Carla. I'm Dr. Zaino's assistant. I am so glad y'all came. Y'all are going to have just a fantastic evening. This place is awesome. The food's to die for. Dr. Zaino is phenomenal with his presentation. He's engaging and interactive. You're going to learn so much from him. So at this time, we're about 15 minutes from him arriving. He gets here at 7. He starts promptly. Y'all all took the time to get here on time, and he respects that. So he's going to start prompt at 7. There are people that have come and they have driven quite some distance, and it's taken some time to get here. They're here to hear this message, and it's going to change their health. It's going to change the way they look at their health. It's going to transform their lives. They're here to hear that message from Dr. Zaino. I'm asking everyone here, y'all just respect that. Make your phone calls now. Go to the bathroom now. Move around, do whatever you need to do at this point. Because if you get up while he's doing his presentation, every single person in this room is going to watch you get up. They're going to watch you walk over to the door. And then when you come back, they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to watch you come in the door and walk over and sit down. Now's the time to go to the bathroom and do whatever you need to do. I'm Carla. I'm super nice. I can answer any kind of questions you've got. So come get me if you have any questions. All right, y'all have a wonderful evening. That's the message. It's a joking message, but I'm being dead serious. You do that, if you do that 15 minutes prior, everybody can go to the bathroom, make phone calls and do whatever, and get back in that room by 7. Guaranteed, it's gonna cut down. We used to have people coming late. 6:30 is 30 minutes prior to the dinner start, eliminates that. Kids crying in a room, tell them no kids at all. Find a sitter for the evening. That eliminates kids crying in a room. They're a huge distraction. People drinking in there, we allow them to bring their wine glasses in, but you know, I'm the one in charge of the dinner. If I've got a distraction in the room, I need to remove the distraction and have them come outside the room with me. That's my role, is to make sure everyone is having a good time and they're listening to Dr. Zaino. So he arrives and goes in. I close the room off and he does his presentation. Soon as he's done, wait staff will come in, they'll bring all the food, and everybody will start eating. We're going to go around to every single person. This is key too. Don't wait for people to come to you, because you're going to cut down on the number of new patients you've got coming in your office. You're limiting yourself in that when you do that. You got to go to them, because you're going to reach the people that won't get up. And you got to ask them, what day are you coming? You know for a fact that every single person in that room, it's 100% of the people in that room are coming to your clinic. No one has no reason whatsoever not to come to your clinic. That's my mindset when I'm going around to every single person. What day are you coming? They have already circled on their sheet the day and the time. We tear off the bottom half, give that to them. That gives them the date, the time, the address, the phone number, and a map and links. Give them the bottom half so they have a way to reach you. We hand them our new patient paperwork and have them fill it out. Tell them to fill it out prior to coming to the office, and it'll save them 15 minutes on the appointment. Our new patient appointment, you tell them all, 30 minutes. No matter if you've got 10 people coming, it's going to be 30 minutes. With our schedule sheet, we have 4 sets of sheets. We have one at whole hours, one at 15 minutes, one at 30 minutes, and one at 45 minutes. And I have it, one of those at every single seat. So it's scattered, staggered with our schedule all the way around the room. We double book if we need to, because you never turn away a new patient ever. You just make it work. You shorten up what you're saying, how you're doing your new patient exam, to where you can fit those people in, because you never want to turn anyone away that's coming to your clinic. They're willing to be in your clinic to do the new patient exam. That means they want the care, and you don't turn them away at all. If they cannot book on the 48 hours, I will let them know they can come on a Thursday, Friday. And I'll go ahead and schedule them for that. But they have to pay that night. I have a square swiper thing that I can take the credit cards. If they want to book next week, I'm so sorry, we're not able to book next week. Our $50 offer is good for tonight, and it's only good for this week. You need to pay tonight. If they don't get paid until Friday, I tell them to write a check, because by the time it goes through our bank to hit their bank, they've already gotten paid. If they don't have a check and they don't have a credit card, I ask them, is there somebody that they know that will pay for them? We're talking $50. It's going to cover a new patient exam. It's going to cover the second review exam, and it's covering the entire household. I mean, that's next to nothing. You don't want to miss this opportunity, because, you know, the information that you're getting is going to fix all of these issues you've listed here on this health survey. Who do you know right now that you can call that's going to be able to pay this for you? Can you go get a check? You know, how close is your house? How close is your office? Is there a way for you to go get that check so we can go ahead and get you scheduled tonight? I've used both of those things in my dinner. One lady went back on our last dinner and found somebody to pay for her. Somebody that she called and they made that payment. Another family drove 20 minutes to the office and 20 minutes back from the office to be able to give me a check so they could come in because they had the money. You need to push, because if you're not going to push for the appointment, you're not going to be as successful. And what are they going to say? No. I mean, if you don't ask, you're never going to get an answer. Some people you just need to gently guide, and that's what I'm doing. So you schedule them, and we're scheduling for our review appointments also. So I'm telling them you're going to come back with your spouse or your significant other, whichever applies. We close our clinic so that Dr. Zaino can privately meet with you. We're going to do that on a Tuesday night. We're going to do that on a Thursday night, or we're going to do that on a Saturday morning. What day is going to work for y'all? Then let me know. I'll write that on my schedule sheet. By the end of the dinner, you should have 75 to 85% of that room booked for your office. There's no exceptions, because you know in your head that every single person in that room wants to come. The people that did not book are going to call you the next morning so that they can reserve their seats or reserve their time in your clinic. It's a mindset. You never limit yourself by saying people don't have money, they're not interested, or any of that mess, because that's just mess. Yeah, they do need the information. It's going to change the way they look at their health, and there is nobody out there that's telling them the way you are. You're the best. There is no one like you in North America. You're the doctor with the solution, and they're coming to you for those answers. They're going to receive treatment from you because you can fix them. Where nobody else, no medical system, fitness system, chiropractic system, hospital system, exercise system, those are all failing miserably. You're the one with the answer, and you're getting the results where others aren't. That's the reason they need to come to your clinic. Okay, so dinners are easy. I mean, it is not difficult at all to be able to get everybody to come to the party, because it is a party. All right, I have about 20 minutes left, and I want to go into some things that we're doing here that are really, really making a difference in our clinics. We are actually, what I have been doing, that cleaning staff, so sorry, they're vacuuming out there. What we're doing is I am actually offering to train with clinics. And I've been doing this for a little while now. And I'm doing one-on-one training with these offices. I'm telling you, it's making a massive difference in how many people are coming to the dinner and how many people they're getting the names for. I mean, it's blowing these clinics away. It's changing the mindset. I'm working one-on-one with them. We're doing it to where we do it on a Skype call. You can ask me any question you've got. I'm gonna give you all the forms, all the details about what to do in your dinner, how to manage it, run it, hire for it, just really everything there is to do about it. Shannon goes over her day 3 and how to just blow the people away. All of your new patients are going to be blown away with what Shannon has to say, and they're going to pull out their phone and they're going to put every single name of every single person that they know down on their sheet. You won't have anyone that tells you they don't know anybody anymore, because you're going to have names down. So we do a Q&A, because I know if you train with me and you train with her and you put that in place, immediately you're going to have questions that come up. We're going to do a Q&A. You're going to do 3 hours. It's $400. We do one each week until it's completed. You're going to get the solutions and answers you need. I trained with an office. I'll give you just a fantastic example. Trained with an office this last week, and do you know that I was able to give them the answers that they were seeking, because they only had a couple of people coming, and I was able to do that in 38 minutes. They didn't need anything else. They got what they needed in 38 minutes from me. I want you to look it up. It's thecaexperience.com. Tabor's probably going to give you a link to it. And you can pay for your hours, schedule with me. Call me if you have any questions. I am here to help you in every way I've got. I'd like to open it up to Q&A at this point because I know y'all have a ton of questions. Tabor, I'm not hearing you.
Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, I turned off my volume when my kids started screaming so that you guys wouldn't, so I wouldn't annoy you there. So what I said was I'm actually putting the link in the chat box below the video. There it is right there. If you scroll down below the video, you'll see that link. It's thecaexperience.com/1-on-1, one-on-one. So the caexperience.com, even if you just go to the caexperience.com, you'll see a tab up at the top that says one-on-one, and you'll get to click on that, and you can see how to actually schedule training with Carla. And trust me, it's going to be some of the best money you invest in your practice. Carla, you are awesome. Let me just stop and say that. You're phenomenal. And I think everybody that's on the call right now would agree with me. You're just top notch. Thank you for sharing all that. I mean, that's just pure 100% content right there, what you just shared. And guys, I know we're already having people comment and text me and say, is this going to be on replay? And yes, it absolutely is. We'll leave the replay up on this page until next Wednesday, until the next Ask Dr. Zaino show, but it will also be on our YouTube page. If you go and you look for Chiro Thought Leaders YouTube, all of our Ask Dr. Zaino lives are on there. So let me scroll through this. Unless you have anything to add right now, I'd like to kind of scroll through some of the questions. I know you answered most of them, but there may be a couple. What do you think, Carla?
I completely agree. I'd like to know, what are you having the most difficulties with? Is there something, just a roadblock, a mental block, something in your clinic that's not working that makes your dinners just really not be as good as they need to be? There's potential there. I mean, at every dinner, you can have 40 people minimum at every dinner, and they're going to love it.
Awesome. So here we are. So we got some questions already here. People are already commenting. Phenomenal information. Thank you so much, Carla. Everybody loves it. So first question here. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through these and kind of give the overview of the question. Do you promote the dinner to established patients? Okay, so basically what he's asking is, who do you promote the dinner to? Just new patients, patients who have been there, long-term patients? How do you get that momentum going for the dinners and be able to keep that momentum?
Okay, every new patient that comes in the door meets with Shannon, and she gives them their day 3, and that goes through the script that we use, gives them the reason to put down the names. It gives them the mission statement. It gets them engaged in that mission statement to give every name they know. The people that they know in their life that are sick, healthy, they live in state, out of country.
Awesome.
They're going to fill out 10 to 15 names. Existing patients. You need to call every review patient you've got, and I want you to, the very first script that I gave you in this presentation tonight, you need to re-engage that person. Ask them how frustrated are they by telling the people over and over and over again about how great this is and how they're not listening. Get them to bring those people to a dinner. Get them to set up a private talk for them. Get that happening in your clinic today, and it's going to make a difference.
Awesome. All right, let's see. Let's go on here. Next one. Basically, it's what do you say on your phone call? And if you go back on the replay and you look at the first of this, maybe even the first 10, 15 minutes of this, Carla actually goes through and answers that question word for word, so you can hear her script there. Next question. How do you overcome people saying they will show up to the dinner, and then when the dinner rolls around, more than half the people who signed up actually don't show?
That's your law of numbers. You need 200 people to tell you, yeah, they're coming to a dinner. Half of them aren't going to come. You re-invite them to another dinner. You keep inviting them to a dinner until they tell you yes.
Gotcha. Love it. Yeah, and we talk about that a lot, man. It's law of numbers, and even as Grant Cardone would say, 10x. You know, how many people do you want at the dinner? 20, 30? Well, then 10x that, and try to get 200, 300 on your leads and calls, and you'll get that many there. You know. All right. So next one, let's see. Where do you get all your leads from? We asked all of our existing patients, but they're only able to get so many to the dinner. So all those are new patients that are coming through, as well as your existing patients. And then, do you know of any other place to get leads, Carl?
Absolutely. You need to do two things. You need to change the way you're asking your patients as well. I was working with a clinic the other day on one of my CA 101s, and I found out that the front desk staff was asking every patient that came in the door, are you coming to a dinner? And that's a yes/no question. I'm going to tell you a no because you just asked me a yes/no question. No, I'm not coming to the dinner. I got things to do. If you ask them, how many people are you bringing to dinner? That's a whole different dynamic. It's the way you ask the question. It's the tone. You look them directly in the eye and you ask them how many people are they bringing, because you know they're coming. There's no other place to be on a Monday night. Another thing that I have found that is just smoking hot, there's no other way to put that, is that Chris Burfield. He is absolutely brilliant with his leads. He will put out a Facebook ad, a video of every Facebook account you got in your local area to a 10-mile radius. How many millions of accounts are around you right now? It's going to send an email to them. They're going to watch that email. They can click it to RSVP to your dinner. They're coming to your dinner.
Yep.
I mean, it's so simple.
You know, great point there. In fact, that's one of the next questions that we have was looking to add social media into the mix. I know you use Burfield. What type of posts about the dinner works best? And I was actually on a webinar that Chris did over lunch today about that. And he actually went through and showed everything that he does. I mean, you have the option of hiring him, but he gave it all out and gave it away, just like Carla just did. On his webinar today at noon. And if you want to look for that, I think you can just probably go to Facebook and then search for Chris Burfield. And, you know, I'm sure he posted the replay on his Facebook page or something there. I think it's called Recipe for Revolution is his program that he has there. So as we scroll down, we have a comment. This is great. Thank you. We routinely get 40 to 50 people at our dinners. We get 90% sign-up rate. However, 3 to 5 show up for their appointment. How can we increase conversion to actually get people who sign up to come to show up for their appointment, Carla?
You got to take the money then. If They're not paying at your dinner, they're not coming to your office. If they tell you that they don't have any money, that's a person that's putting you off in a way they're telling you no. You got to get them to pay. You got to ask them to go get the money. You got to go ask them to have somebody pay for them. They got to get a check to pay for it. They need to pay that night.
Yeah, and that's sometimes for chiropractors that sounds a little hard, but once you start doing it, it's simple. It's the easiest thing. You know, like Carla said, the square plugs right into your phone. You have a CA just swipe with their card right there, and it's done. It's over with, and you've just increased your conversions just by doing that. So awesome. And then somebody, thank you. They posted Chris Burfield's Facebook link below the video now. So if you want to look through the comments there, Chris's link is right there. Thanks for doing that, guys. Awesome. That has basically got us through all the questions that we have so far. Carla, I want to appreciate you doing this tonight. It's absolutely been phenomenal. Full of content, maxed out. I don't think you can add anything else that you just told us exactly what you do word for word. So I really appreciate you not holding back and just letting everything out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you need to do.
Yep.
I'm blunt, and that's just the way it is.
I like it.
Hire the right person. You need to look for that individual. There's so much that I can show you to do with train them. Y'all are the rock star docs. You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be calling. You don't need to be signing people up. That's what CAs are for. That's your rock star CAs or your support team. Yep. And they just need to be guided into what to do, and it makes it so very simple.
Well, you know what, guys, if you're watching this, I know you're thinking, I wish Carla was my office manager. I wish she was in my office. So what you can do, though, is you can go to the CAexperience.com and you can click on the link one-on-one, the tab that's at the top of the page, and schedule training for your CA, your office manager, to get to link up with Carla and become the next Carla in your office. So I highly recommend you guys do that tonight. Like I said, it'll be some of the best money you ever invest. And everybody's saying, thank you, Carla. You did a great job. Somebody says, I want to make a book of quotes from Carla. So awesome. Thank you so much tonight. Thank you all for being on. And Carla, anything you want to say? Parting remarks?
No, I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal. Just having all y'all together, y'all inspire me. I mean, you really and honestly, you give me the foundation for what I do. Patients their lives are changing because of what we're doing. I mean, the whole world needs to know this. I want to have an absolute wave of people out there knowing that they're the ones in control of their health, that they don't need to listen to what this doctor is telling them to take 15 medications at a time. You know, that's not the solution. There are millions of people out there right now that need our knowledge. We need to reach out to them and get them to go to these dinners, because that's what's changing their lives, them and their families. That's the whole point to this.
I love it. I love your passion, Carla. Thank you all for being on tonight, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, check out thecaexperience.com. We'll see you on the next one.